My phone buzzed at 11:47 p.m. Send me your card details. Dad said you're paying for our Christmas trip. My brother's name lit up on the screen, Ethan. I stared at it for a long time, the way you'd stare at a snake, knowing any move could make it strike. Finally, I typed back, "That's not happening." He didn't reply. But at 6:30 to the next morning, Mom did. "Don't be dramatic. I already transferred it." That's when I knew the line had finally been crossed. People say betrayal feels like being stabbed. It doesn't. It's quieter, like the click of a lock on a door you didn't even know could shut you out. Growing up, I was always the one fixing things. Ethan broke windows. I paid for them. He lost jobs. I helped rewrite his resume. Mom called it being a good sister. I called it survival. Dad used to keep the peace until he passed 2 years ago. After that, Ethan and Mom became a team, the kind that smiled sweetly when they needed something and vanished. When I didn't give it fast enough, the money itself wasn't the problem. It was the assumption, the entitlement, that unspoken you owe us in every message. And that Christmas trip, that was supposed to be Dad's thing, his last wish. Keep the family together, he'd said when cancer took his voice but not his eyes. They twisted that into a guilt trap. So no, I wasn't going to pay for it. Not this time. The next morning, I opened my bank app. Mom hadn't lied. She really had transferred the money. Straight from the joint savings account she convinced me to open for emergencies. Her name was on it too. That was my mistake. Still, I didn't panic. I just stared at the balance. £24,780 gone. My entire year's savings. The coffee in my hand went cold as the silence in my apartment wrapped around me. And then, I smiled. Not because I was okay with it, but because I realized I'd been ready for this moment. 3 months before that text, I'd already started pulling away. Ethan's constant begging, Mom's emotional guilt trips, the endless manipulation disguised as we're family. I stopped arguing. I stopped explaining. Instead, I started saving evidence, screenshots, transfers, voice notes. The night Mom said, "It's just easier if we use your account, sweetheart," I saved that too. Every lie they told left a breadcrumb, and I followed every single one. By November, I'd moved my real savings into a business account under my company name, not mine. The joint account, I left just enough to tempt them. The best part, I changed the settings so any withdrawal sent an alert straight to my lawyer. So when Mom took that money, she didn't just steal, she confessed. A week later, they called a family meeting at Mom's house. Ethan opened the door wearing his usual smug grin, the kind that said he thought he already won. Mom sat in her favorite chair, coffee mug in hand, trying to look innocent. "You've been distant lately," she started softly. "We just wanted to transfer 24 grand from my account," I cut in. Ethan laughed. "You'll get it back, relax." I pulled out my phone. I already did. The change in their faces was instant, confusion first, then fear. "Here's what happened," I said calmly. "The bank froze the account the second that transfer went through. Fraud investigation. They'll be calling both of you." Ethan's smirk disappeared. Mom's mug started shaking. "And since you used Dad's name as an excuse," I added, "my lawyer included that detail in the report. It sounds premeditated. Emotional coercion." Even Mom's eyes widened. "You wouldn't." I stood up. "I already did. You always said family means responsibility. I'm just holding you to it." By Christmas, they weren't speaking to me, and honestly, that was fine. Silence finally felt like peace. Ethan sold his card to cover his legal fees. Mom quietly backed away from her charity circles after the gossip started spreading. The bank cleared my name completely and returned my money, plus compensation. That was my revenge, not shouting, not chaos, just control. A clean cut where they expected me to bleed. Last night, Mom texted again. "We're sorry. Can we talk?" I didn't answer. I sat by the window, watching the snowlight spill across the floor, and thought about Dad, how he wanted us to stay together. In a way, we still were, just not how he imagined. They're tied to me now, by guilt, by silence, by the truth of who they really are. And me? I finally stopped fixing everything. Because sometimes justice doesn't make noise. It's quiet, cold, and beautifully final.